So, you've hit a third shot drop just like the textbook says. Upon realizing the quality of your third, it's time to rush to the kitchen line and capitalize, right? Not so fast, Maverick. As you're picking up speed with the intention of getting all the way up to the kitchen line, you might have missed out on some crucial pieces of information, like can your opponents potentially play a low volley and make contact while you're still moving? Or is the ball high enough to allow them an attackable contact height off the bounce? Either way, your rush to get up to the kitchen line is going to pigeonhole you into one-shot pace. Hard. Now, sometimes this play can be rewarding if you pull it off. However, if it doesn't, don't be surprised when your opponents counterpunch quickly while you're still scrambling to regain balance and find position. Weigh up the risk versus reward on this and perhaps keep it in the bag until you have a healthy lead. If the third ball is the most important shot in the game, then it stands to reason you should try to make your opponent's third ball as difficult as possible. Hitting your return hard and deep seems like a great way to do this, and it is. However, it comes at a cost that's not often worth it. That cost is court position. The speed of your shot doesn't allow you much time to nestle yourself right up to the kitchen line. Remember, your opponents don't have to hit a particularly good third ball if you're nowhere near the line. If making your opponent's third ball more difficult comes at the cost of your chance to play a great fourth ball, then the trade-off probably isn't worth it. Think about your straight line foot speed and experiment with what kind of pace you need to hit your return to allow you all the time you need to join your partner at the kitchen. I do love a good slice dink. Feeling like you're knifing the ball, knowing that if you can get it to bounce, then it'll slip forward and make your opponent's next contact very tough. Here's the thing about spin. To get more of it, you need to accelerate the paddle faster through the ball. That's something you can afford to do when you dink cross-court and have potentially 24 feet to play the ball. When you suddenly have to change direction and hit down the line, you may only have 7 to 10 feet to work with. The kind of tenderness needed for that shot means the amount of spin you could possibly impart the ball simply isn't enough to make the shot worthwhile. Instead, drop the paddle head and look to either take the ball early as a volley or a half volley. Launching an attack is one of the game's many joys. The satisfaction of success can echo through the rest of the game and set the tone for things to come. Unfortunately, unsuccessful attacks carry the same amount of weight, so it really pays to think carefully about where you play your point-ending shot. Do your partner a favor, attack the person in front of you or between the two players. Seriously. Not only does the cross-court player have much more time to react to your attack, but even an average counterpunch won't be directed at you, the person who initiated the attack. It will be directed at your partner. Whether it be off the volley or off the bounce, from the kitchen, mid-court, or even baseline, playing an attack cross-court relies on either your partner knowing exactly what you're about to do, or for you to hit a winner. Are you willing to take that chance? I get it. You can't score if you don't get your serve in. But come on, if you possess any kind of power on the serve and you just play to get it in, that's like renting a Ferrari just to practice your parking. If you simply place your serve in the middle of the box, then yes, you will give yourself a chance to score. However, you'll likely now be stripped of the chance to play an aggressive third shot drop or drive. In contrast, a deeper, more powerful serve could be rewarded by either a return error or a short return that lets you or your partner wrestle control from your opponents right from the beginning. Deciding to play it safe versus aggressively hitting the serve does rely on good strategic awareness. So I'm not suggesting you blast your serve at 1 to 10 down in a game, but take a moment to think about your serve in the eyes of your opponent. Are you applying pressure or giving them an easy chance to rule the kitchen? Today we looked at 5 shots that are hurting your game. Have a think about if you're playing any of these shots and why. Maybe it's just old habits, or maybe it's based on the advice of friends. Either way, now is a fantastic time to implement real changes to your game. So get out there and give it a go. All the way to the kitchen line, you might dip. All right, this is the one. You try to make your opponent okay.
Okay, give me a little more flavor.
Flav? fine. God. First the whole sun thing and now this. Sorry, it looks like he's falling asleep at the wheel. So I'm not suggesting you blast your serves at 110 down in the third, but something about something. We'll see what happens. That's pretty good.